Hello and welcome to episode 45 of Ryan and Robin Wrexham, where today we start our new season where we're going to be going for the Premier League title. It's probably quite unlikely that we'll manage to get it, given that we're predicted to finish 6th now, actually. We seem to have gone up a place. I'm not sure what has caused that, because we were showing 7th before, even with, and we haven't made any signings since. As you can see, our net transfer spend is not high. We've only made 2 signings so far, but we'll have a quick look at them. So the incomings, we have Mohamed Hujarat, who is the guy that I wanted to sign a while back. We did manage to get him through the door. I'll put a face on him soon. But he's come in from Manchester City for 63 million, potentially rising to 76. And then we have Fernando Arana from Las Palmas, who have become an affiliate for us, actually. Happened that they were the best option for us even after we'd actually signed him. So I'd bid for him and then decided to go with the affiliate, and it just worked out in that way. In terms of sales, we sold a fair few youth players, but we sold Kim and Son to Nürnberg for £2.5 million. They've got quite a cool team. They got Joshua Kimmich, Ter Stegen, Kovacic, and then now Son, along with Ryan Kent as well. So it's a cool team that they've got themselves there. Lots of old players, and here we go with other sales that I've made. So Thomas Bowyer Jones went to Charleroi for £11 million. He was showing as, I think, 3.5 star, maybe 4 star when I sold him. Possibly he'll become better, but I think for £11 million, we're not. If we do ever end up buying him back, it'll probably be cheaper than that, or just a similar price rather. The other sale we made was David Dutton to Anderlecht for £18 million. This was an even better sale for us, looking at, I think he will be Premier League standard one day, but 18 million for a League One standard player, I'll take it. Pretty happy with that. The transfer and wage budget we got was pretty terrible for a team that's just won the Champions League. And when you look at our finances, 133 million, and we've got 21 million pounds, with already overspending our budget massively on the wage budget. And they never let me adjust it. It's always stuck here. Very frustrating. But yeah, so here we have someone I'm hoping to sign, but I don't quite know whether it will be possible, because I don't know how much our budget will stretch. But Gabriel Marcos from Atletico Paranaense, a 3-star right back, not quite on the level of Murillo, who I wanted to sign from Barcelona. And we also haven't been able to sign a right winger. So if you have a look at the squad depth, it's not amazing. The wings, which once were our busiest area, are now not very full. We do have Conor Hellier as well, who can play on the left-hand side. Oh no, Weaver's gone down to 2-star. What did it show? Oh, okay, I don't know why it's showing us that. It might be because the official position is inverted winger, I think, on the right-hand side, and he plays as a winger. But yeah, so we've got plenty of depth in midfield now, which is quite nice. I did try and get Ward-Prowse from Southampton on a free, but he decided to go to City, and I offered 40k more than I initially offered in an attempt to outbid them. I went from 60k to 100k in my bid, and he still decided to go to them because they have a stronger squad than us. But they're also not in the Champions League, so joke's on you, mate. No defensive signings apart from Arana, and no goalkeeper signing either. We really need some more money, because if we go to next season, we can't get a top right winger, a top right back. Well, maybe the right back won't be so necessary then, but a top right winger, and then at least enough for a backup goalkeeper, if not ideally a first choice. Then I don't know quite what I'll do. I would like to sign Courtois or someone like that, but he has no interest in joining, and it's annoying because he would be about £5 million for the Dream 11 goalkeeper in La Liga, but I guess that's the struggle sometimes with Football Manager. We are a 4.5-star team, but we're still not quite good enough for players like that to want to come. So here we go with the first game of the season, which is against Stoke City. So not the worst team to start against. Get some nice points on the board, hopefully. We've gone with a pretty strong 11. Amstein starts on the right hand side with Carrazza and Power in the centre of defence. That's because Minole and Lukac are both injured. Lukac has a fitness test and isn't on a full heart, but probably will be fine. We then have Hujarat starting at defensive midfield for the first time at the club. Weaver on the right hand side. So let's get into this game. We've gone with a really strong 11 and hopefully lay down a statement performance for the start of the season. A lot of teams have already played. I think we might actually be the last team to play. So it'd be good to get straight away towards the top of the table. Stone is able to collect that free kick pretty easily. I don't know what that attempt at a ball was. Weaver steps in nicely, and Camavinga and Yervolino exchange passes. Simoes, brilliant ball into Stanijevic, and he puts it home. If you're wondering why it's his second goal of the season, that would be because he scored in the Club World Cup, I guess. We'll just slightly inflate a lot of the players' statistics. But a promising start, very nice ball from Simoes, and a good finish from Stanijevic. It's a good thing we've got some very nice players in our squad because it is quite a small squad. I mean, I don't know whether to try and win the Champions League again this season or go more for the league, or just do what I did last season and do both really. There we see Stanijevic with a brilliant ball into Simoes, so returning the favour. I'm going to have to look up how to say Simoes because I'm not convinced it'll be Simoes or Simoes. And my memory from the Euros is that the official decision for Portuguese players was just remove most of the vowels. So it's probably something like shums. And there he goes with the corner. Hujarat stepping in. And another chance to take a corner for Simoes. Camavinga. Sent it into Yervolino, but couldn't keep the header down. And it'd be good for him to get on the score sheet today. He was in good form in the Club World Cup at least. And also we won the Super Cup as well. We beat Freiburg 3-1. And Yervolino got 2 goals and an assist and a 10 rating. So it's certainly a good start to the season for Yervolino, even if he hasn't quite come to life in this game yet. Just the one shot from Stoke so far. Plenty of chances for us. I'd assume Stoke probably predicted to finish at 20th, so not all that surprising that we're pretty comfortable, but a good start nonetheless to be in this position. Weaver with an unusual cross into Warburton. Finds Camavinga. And Stanijevic is there to head home. And I think I'll take that as a cue to remove him from the pitch. Leclerc can come on. Simoes will get Conor Hillier on, I think. Against the team that he was on loan at for much of last season, Hillier. He was at Stoke and did pretty well. He helped them win the league. Camavinga, let's get Driscoll French on. He's a youth player for us, and hopefully we will be able to. I don't think he's ever going to be quite the level for us in the future, but I reckon if we play him enough this season, we can get a good fee for him in the next summer, and he should. I really hope we'll fund a good signing. It's a poor pass that. Warburton, nice tackle, but Dobbin gets away and then gets a really good shot off the post there. Unlucky for him. But a sign that you can't switch off against even the worst teams in the division. Yeah, Warburton on a 6.6. Well, all the rest of the defence are doing well. He was meant to come off after 75 minutes, but I forgot about it until afterwards. But he's got through the game okay, so that's good. And a good 3-0 win to start off our season. Second place behind United, presumably either they've done it just by alphabetical order or they scored more goals than conceded. Okay, so I now have new faces on my players. Here's Hujarat, looking beautiful. Fernando Arana, who's he wanted by? Hibernian. That would be a decent loan, I guess. And would also mean that he's going to continue. Well, I suppose actually, I don't know how it works, whether it's just trained in the UK or whether you have to be specifically the country, but whatever. And then Gabriel Marcos has signed. He's a 3-star player, although 2.5-star at wing-back on support. 5-star potential now. He's actually gone up from 4.5-star to 5-star in that sense. And yeah, it looks pretty decent. He's good physically. Not got a great jumping reach or heading or anything, but very fast and good stamina as well, which is very nice. Good natural fitness. Mentally, he's okay, and then technically, he's okay as well. He'll do the job, I'm sure. I think ideally, long term, he'd be a backup, but we'll make do with him as our starter this season, I think. Anyway, let's head into our next game, which is against Watford, away from home. Today's lineup sees Marcos come in at right back in place of, Amstein was playing at right back last game with Carrazza alongside Powell in the centre defence. Carrazza has now dropped out and Gabriel Marcos takes his place as Amstein goes to centre back. And then on the right hand side, we've gone with Javier Olmos over Gary Weaver for today's game. Let's go and it's first away game of the season, so let's do what we can to get a positive result on the road. Looks like a rather exciting game between Chelsea and Man City there. 2 red cards, a 90th minute winner, and a very good start to the game as well. But yeah, we need to while we have this easier run of games, because actually our tricky run comes later on in the sort of latter part of the first half of the season. So we need to get as many positive results to start with as possible. Not been a particularly exciting first half from the looks of it, but Gabriel Marcos at least having a good first game so far. And we seem to have a free kick on the edge of the box here with Yervolino. Oh, that's a brilliant goal from him. I seem to have scored my last 2 free kicks that I've seen from that sort of position I've scored, whereas before it was every single time it was over the bar. But Yervolino now does have 16 free kick takings. That's perhaps why. Oh, his first touch has gone up as well. That looks beautiful. Let's see, have any of his other stats gone up? Oh, maybe he's going to go for another one here. Yeah, that wasn't quite as good, that. Satriano. Powell easily dispossesses him. And Camavinga breaking through the first line. Tackled by Loftus-Cheek, but the ball has come back to Simoes. Yervolino exchanges passes with Olmos and looked to have got a good shot away, but actually ended up skying it a little bit. I think Yervolino might be a bit faster than he was before. I think he might be in 14 pace before. But 17 first touch now, 16 technique, 17 vision, 14 off the ball looks to have gone up as well. He's just getting better and better, and like his physicals as well. If his 15s turn to 16s and his 14s turn to 15s, he's going to look absolutely ridiculous in that sense. Time to get a couple of subs on. I think we'll get Stanijevic off for Leclerc again. And who should I get on? Perhaps Hillier again. And Beltran. Not our finest performance today, but if we can get the win, that's all that matters. Goodness me, United beat Stoke 7-0. Hat-trick from Lukaku, 4 goals from Rashford. I think they might be top of the table. And there we go. A 1-0 away win against Watford. Not really the best performance overall, but decent enough performance, and the defence were pretty solid today, so well done to them. Warburton, again, not quite on his best level, but I'm sure he'll get back into the swing of things very soon. Well, here we go. That's the end of the episode. A very promising episode. A 3-0 home win to Stoke. A 1-0 away win to Watford. Obviously not the toughest opponents we're ever going to have. I can show you the schedule a little bit, and you'll understand what I mean when I say this run's not too difficult. We've got Chelsea City, not too bad for a couple of weeks. Then Newcastle, United, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, all very close to each other. Then Man City, followed by Liverpool again there. And what's the latter part of the season like? Not too bad. This looks very similar on both ways, but actually there are some differences. But I often find with Football Manager the scheduling is pretty weird. Bournemouth, Leicester, Southampton, Fulham in September. Leicester, Bournemouth, Fulham, Southampton in May. I've had this in the past where it's sometimes been exactly the same both halves of the season. Other times it's been reversed, and then this one seems to be a sort of mishmash of the same games going on at the same sort of time. I don't know. Football Manager is not very good at scheduling things, but that's the way Football Manager is sometimes. Anyway, if you have enjoyed this episode, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel, as it really helps me out. I hope to see you next time, but in the meantime, have a great day.